Inslaget presenteras av Craft, officiell souvenirleverantör till HV71.
HVTV presenteras av Invid, Intersport, Nybergs bil och Jönköpings Energi.
Idag är det klart att Kris Beech blir ny development coach i HV71. Kris Beech, first of all, welcome back to HV71 after all these years.
Yes, thank you, Johan. It's an honor to be back, and I'm excited about the opportunity.
What have happened since the last time you were here?
Oh, geez, I went on a tour of Europe for several years, and retired in 2017, and lived in Vancouver with my family. Did a lot of coaching over there, amongst some other things, and so yeah, busy last 6 years. But the biggest thing is found a passion for coaching and being on the ice with high-level players. So.
Yeah, tell us about your job with the development coach the last 6 years. What have you done?
I've been working with an academy school over there with ages U15 to U18, either as a head coach or an assistant coach, and also been doing their skill development and skating development over there for that academy. It's got 8 teams, 6 boys teams, 2 girls teams, and then the last 2 years I've been working with the Western Hockey League Vancouver Giants, which is a Tier 1 junior team there, helping with skill development there. And in the off seasons, I work with a program in Vancouver, working with skill development for the pros that come back in the off season and some of the junior players that come back. So been very lucky to be in that type of an environment and learn from some phenomenal coaches over there.
You played here for a couple of years and you won the gold medal, so obviously you have some good memories from HV71 and the city. How come you come back now?
Amazing memories, yeah. One of the greatest achievements in my career was a championship here and the teams that we had. And you know, the city has always been a second home, very welcoming, and also I met my wife here. So yeah, it's home for me and my family, and as you said, some phenomenal memories with some great players, great teammates, and a great team.
Have you had any contact with some from the clubs all these years? Yeah. Whenever I'm back, you know, I see some guys around and make sure that you know, speak to a couple of the guys. I see them around the city, and you know, here for a short time, a lot of times on visits, but do my best to keep in touch. Mm. Let's talk about your role here now in HV71. Can you describe the role that you're getting when you come back here now?
Yeah, so skill development coach is you know, looks more at the technical skills within the connected game of the team. So you know, the team has a way of playing, a system of playing that's led by the head coach Thomas and the assistant coaches Johan and Pelle, and you know, my role is to be able to recognize some of the technical skills within the positional play and situational play that can be fine-tuned, because with this level of players, they're at such a high level. For them, it's you know, it's fine-tuning. You know, if there is something that we may be able to add, you know, that might be possible. But you know, and then my role with the team will be to work with perhaps the guys that aren't getting the big minutes, maybe after practice, helping with maybe the injured guys coming back, and then
also helping Oscar with and the coaches at the junior level with some junior development. So yeah, skill development's a little bit different. It's more, you take a look at individual players within their position, isolate technical skills, and a lot of the technical skills, you know, there's things that happen regularly within a team game that you can say, okay, in this situation, this is happening quite consistently. How can we get even better at that? Or is there something else we can add in that area?
So you're going to work on a daily basis both with the junior team and the men's team?
Yeah, I'll be on the ice with the men's team on a daily basis and chip in where I can there. And obviously work closely with Pelle, Johan, and Thomas, and if they see anything that I can help with in terms of developing, you know, again, that situation, that positional play, and the details within that, work closely with them, and then also, you know, be an eye on games and see what I can notice there as well. So be on the daily basis with them, and then work with Oscar on you know, same type of thing with the junior team. So
this role maybe isn't so common in here in Sweden. Is it common that you have that role in North America?
Yeah, it is. I worked, like I mentioned, I worked with the Western Hockey League team in Vancouver the last 2 years, and it was a similar type role. You know, again, the head coach and the assistant coaches, they have a lot of focus on the tactical side of the game, and so similar type thing in that situation. Discuss and talk with the coaches. You know, maybe we can improve in this area, or fine tune this area, and listen to what they have to say, and figure out where there's some work to be done. So that's even at the junior level there, and then at the pro level as well. I mean, again, I've been fortunate to be around some high-level coaches, and one of those coaches works with the Canucks right now, and you know, they have a lot of different development coaches there. So it's definitely you know, it's definitely a role over there, and you can isolate a coach for skating, a forward positional coach, defensive positional coach, a stick handling coach. So these roles are starting to pop up. But skill development, from my perspective, you know, it's not just about stick handling and skating. It's you know, it's certain positional aspects. What is a skill within that? Could be puck handling, could be skating, but also what's going on in the brain in terms of trying to fool an opponent or be deceptive or make a play, and reading that situation.
Now you worked in North America for a couple of years, and you're taking this step now here in Sweden. Was it always a dream for you to continue with hockey after your active career?
It was. I knew that I could. But I stepped into a different path initially. You know, I started initially with performance mindset coaching, which I still do, and I still do for the academy school, and did for the last 6 years. So I spent a lot of time on that initially. I always knew that I could get on the ice again, but I actually didn't jump into it right away, and primarily is because I knew I had a lot to learn, because playing is a lot different than coaching. So when I first went into that environment in Vancouver there, and I saw some guys that I knew from 20 years prior, and I saw how they were on the ice, I was like, holy, I got a lot to learn. So I didn't jump into it right away. It took me a couple of years to really understand. Yes, I can play, and I know the positional aspect of the game. I know what to do. I can do all the skills, but how do I teach it? and it took a couple of years of being in that environment and learning from you know, some high-level guys on how to do that. And that's one of the, you know, being around people like Thomas, Johan and Pelle, being around high-level people, being around high-level athletes, learning from them, learning from the coaching staff. It's just a great environment to be in. And that's one thing over there when I started to get on the ice with the pros and the high-level junior players. It's just a pleasure to be around elite athletes. The way they work, their commitment, the way they dig in, their receptiveness, and then just their physical ability. You miss that, I do anyways. So it's a pleasure to be on the ice with, and I'm going to look forward to being on the ice with these high-level athletes here as well. So, yeah.
And how is it to reunite with Snarat, Pelle and Oscar?
Yeah.
Those guys that you won gold with for many years ago.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, again, we had some phenomenal teams, and one thing in hockey is you make connections with people that are significant, and even if you're not in contact with them all the time, you know, you step right back into that environment, and we have a shared really emotional moment, and you know, that's what I've learned over there as well. You get back into the hockey world and you see people that you haven't seen for years, and you go back to those moments, and that's what's great about sport, is that emotional connection in those moments. So it's really, yeah, I'm looking forward to learning from those guys. You know, Thomas Pelle has been coaching since he's a long time, so look forward to learning from him. Snarat, you know, phenomenal hockey brain. So it's exciting. It's exciting to be around. Yeah.
Great to have you back, Kris, and we say welcome back to HV71.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Johan.